right, we are ready. We are ready. Good evening and welcome. Welcome to those of you who are live streaming from around the globe, and welcome to those of you sitting here in the sanctuary. I'm Reverend Keith. This is our Soul Center midweek meditation service. And before we move into our reading and our evocation, I'm going to first invite everybody who's here in the sanctuary to make sure if you have a cellular device that it is either off or in meditation mode, also known as airplane mode. We're getting ready to move into a journey of communion with the divine in our meditation practice. But before we do, we're going to begin with our reading and our evocation.
All right, good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Soul Center midweek meditation. Greetings to everyone here in our sanctuary and to all that are viewing us online. Welcome to all. Good evening. My name is Susan Donovan, and our reading tonight is from The Power of Awareness by Neville Goddard. Creation is finished. Creativeness is only a deeper receptiveness for the entire contents of all time and all space, while experienced in a time sequence, actually coexist in an eternal now. In other words, all that you have ever been or ever will be, in fact, all that mankind ever was or ever will be, exists now. That is what is meant by creation, and the statement that creation is finished means that there is nothing to be created. It is only to be manifested. What is called creativeness is only becoming aware of what already is. You simply become aware of increasing proportions of that which already exists. The whole of creation exists in you, and it is your destiny to become increasingly aware of its infinite wonders and to experience ever greater and grander portions of it. Let's take a moment now in prayer. I am in such gratitude, so grateful for how we've come together in this way to be able to meditate and relax in the stillness. I'm grateful in knowing that all of the good, love, creative intelligence is expressing itself through the divine. How good it is to know that there is this one thing that is taking place, this expression of God, of all creation, all existence, that which is in back of it all, and how good it is to know that I am united in this presence, that I have been made in the image and likeness of this divine presence, and I know that as the truth for everyone present here. How good it is to know who and whose we are, and that we bring forward these gifts and talents that we have and we share them in the world. So I'm so grateful. I'm in such gratitude for this moment, for how we've come together, for the celebration that is taking place. And how good it is to know we are good at receiving our good, and we're open and receptive to the good. So I'm grateful again today for how we've come together, for the celebration taking place, and that we can relax in this quiet, in the beauty of meditation. And so it is. Amen.
And so it is. Amen. Ah, thank you, Susan. That was beautiful. And I'm just going to take a cue from the reading in terms of what it means, everything existing, like that movie, everything all at once. There's that, for those of you who are, maybe a little older than a millennial or a Gen Z, back in the olden days, there used to be a little toy called an Etch-a-Sketch. And a little thing with a screen, and you turn the knobs and the little line would go. And you would create some pictures just by turning the knobs to go up and down or right and left. And then if you didn't like what you got, you just took it and you shook it, and it cleared, and you got to start over. A more modern version would be you're on your screen, you're working on something in Photoshop, and then you just highlight the whole thing and hit delete, and you clear it all out. Our meditation practice allows us to move into that field where sometimes we need to transmute, alchemize, heal, or delete things. And then also, as kind of referred to in the reference in the reading, everything existing all at once. And where we kind of allow ourselves to bring our consciousness to in terms of what would we like to bring into creation. All of it exists when you turn on your smart TV at home. Maybe you've got satellite, maybe you've got cable, maybe you just have a whole bunch of streaming services. But there's a whole bunch of things that are broadcasting all at the same time. But which one are you going to choose to focus on? What program, what streaming service are you going to use? And it's kind of like that in our daily lives. All of it is existing and all of it can be streaming all at once. But when you move into the law of creation, you're moving into a place where you're able to become aware of what is the potential and the possibility, connect with an intention, and then allow that to manifest. So the difference between creation and manifestation is creation has all the potentials and all the possibilities. Manifestation means it's come into form as an experience or a thing. So as we're navigating through life, oftentimes it's time to shake the Etch-a-Sketch and allow ourselves to begin anew, even though it seems like the streaming linear expression of life is just moving forward. But to allow God to make all things new means I'm going to let go of all that is old. And by old, we just mean outmoded, not wanting to do anymore, and choose anew. So when we move into that state of meditation, we get to become aware of those potentials. And I'm just going to set the intention that we're going to allow just the highest, greatest, grandest, purest intentions that come directly from the mind of God, that then matriculate through your soul as desire and into your heart as a yearning. And then if you let it go to your mind as an acceptance, then we're moving with creation into manifestation and allowing it to be really good. So if you followed that, wonderful. If you didn't follow that, then don't worry, because the energy of creation is effortless. There's no efforting, so we're going to move into that effortless magnificence. And I'm just going to also offer a few other suggestions as an intention. One is that we're going to let this be the most glorious, the most beautiful, the most deep, the most profound, the most tactile, the most inspirational, delicious meditation ever. That we won't be distracted. Nothing from the inner world, nothing from the outer world will distract us. And that all the channels and all the meridians are going to be wide open for the free flow of life force. And life force itself, the omni-activity of the divine, only flows with goodness. It will carry whatever you choose to put into it, but it originates out of pure magnificence. So we're just going to sync and link to that and allow ourselves to let go of anything that we want to let go of and embrace all that is magnificent. With that being said, the rest is just going to be self-explanatory. We're going to go ahead and dim the lights here in the sanctuary, and we are ready to begin. And as always, we begin by first giving ourselves permission to relax. Just saying to ourselves in our minds, I give myself permission to relax. Remembering we have no place to go. We have nothing to do except completely surrender into the deepest states of peace, beauty, harmony, love, and joy. These are the eternal frequencies. And as we let go of the temporal world, the temporary energies, not needing to get rid of, just letting go and surrendering and returning back to the beginning. And so I invite you to bring your awareness to your heart center, in the middle of your chest, solely through intention, no efforting. Just allow your heart to blossom, to open, to breathe, and to expand. As you focus on your heart center, you might begin to feel tingles in your chest. You might begin to see or sense colors of light, sparkling and shimmering. Or you may see images that bring you joy, symbols or signs, whatever you feel, whatever you sense. Just allow your heart to open and to continue to grow and glow and expand in luminosity. I invite you to bring your awareness to your crown. And allow your crown at the top of your head to open. Fully, completely, wide open. Opening to insight, revelation, the absolute truth, and the infinite. As you focus on your crown, you may feel tingles on your scalp. You may feel a freedom beginning to expand, and a clarity beginning to flow. As the surface mind lets go of thoughts and thinking, and the higher mind begins to bring forward waves of inspiration, revelation, and truth. And now I invite you to bring your awareness to the highest point of divinity that you can imagine. Some have experienced or felt this as an all-pervading light surrounding them in every direction. It softly and gently becomes brighter and wider. Some imagine an energy pouring down from high above the earth, cascading waves of light that begin to mingle and tingle with all the cells muscles and tissues of our bodies. However you sense or feel the presence, allow it to flow through every morsel and muscle of your body as we return to the beginning. The energy cascading down through your crown and scalp, down over your forehead and into your cheeks. Your imagination is opening and attuning to the wisdom of your soul. You can feel life force that is soft and gentle, breathing your breath without any efforting. You notice your breath becoming softer, deeper, fresher. Waves of light flooding into your throat center and softening the muscles in the back of your neck. Every cell in your body illuminating with light. Angelic waves of energy flooding our shoulders, as density continues to evaporate. You can feel timelessness and spaciousness flowing down your arms, through your elbows, into your palms and fingers. You can feel the energy flooding into your heart center, your shoulder blades, and tingles along your spine. Your heart begins to open even more as beauty and peace and divine love stretch and expand. Driplets and droplets of light overflowing your heart and flooding your solar plexus, your middle back, ease, effortlessness, calm, tingling into your lower belly, lower back, waves of harmony flood your sacrum and begin to tingle down into your hips, your root, the base of the spine. A warm, dynamic feeling of courage, safety, tranquility begin to flood down through your legs and your feet. And divine strength fortifying your body with wellness. rejuvenating, regenerating, and rippling out into the emotional body. Compassion, vitality, and unconditional love ripple out into the mental body. Clarity, insight, and inspiration awaken us to revelation. And you can feel the newness and the freshness of your soul, the benevolent potentials and possibilities that make your heart sing. The energy of creation. And in this field of ever-expanding beauty and good, if there are any concerns, worries, fears, from the temporal, from the ego, we allow that to rise, transmute, evaporate. And the fortification of angelic light continues to up-level and uplift. And it is here that we allow ourselves to relax, to rejuvenate, and to rest in the stillness. Rising as we go even deeper and higher. becoming softer, lighter, and stronger. You can feel the energy of your soul, the pure light of innocence, magnificence, the purity of your true self. This is the energy that is fortifying. You can feel your spiritual DNA that is robust, that is light in luminosity, in weightlessness. And we allow it to expand. Optimism begins to flood your awareness. I invite you to become aware of its frequency, perhaps its color, or its images or symbols, or sensations. You'll begin to notice the underlying energy of optimism is joy. Faith and a trusting that knows life, capital L. Life is benevolent, dynamic, brilliant. And we take a moment to bathe in an awareness of the grandest and greatest vision and version of your life right now. All the gifts and talents and abilities, all the qualities and energies, the divine frequencies, that allow this divine idea to fulfill itself is what we bathe in. I'm going to invite you to feel the energy of gratitude. Feel its frequency, its energy. You may become aware of things you're grateful for, or you may just be in awe of the brilliance back of all life. We take a moment, grateful to know that there's a divine energy, an eternal frequency that only seeks to beget good. It is good. It is love and joy and beauty and peace and harmony, all rolled into one. We call it bliss, we call it God, we call it good. The universal presence as an intelligence, as a life force. It is everywhere. In our cells and bones and tissues. In the chair or furniture that you are sitting or laying on. And the breath we breathe. Take a moment and remember the truth. The very power, the very essence of creation that only seeks to beget good. We are one with that. Formed and fashioned in its image and likeness. Our true self. The higher self, the eternal self. We remember who we truly are. That there's a holy impulse, a divine inertia that is pushing and calling us into a greater good always. And just by relaxing, by observing, by communing, by returning to the beginning, we allow everything to be up-leveled and uplifted to a new paradigm of prosperity, of wellness, of clarity, sacred relationships, a mutual exchange of kindness and friendliness, generosity, nurturance. As these energies continue to lift, fortify, and expand, as we bathe in gratitude, knowing there is a holy blueprint of our lives, and we are continuing to allow that to reveal itself benevolently, brilliantly, elegantly, beautifully, immediately, immaculately. The divine idea, not only in our body, temple, emotional, and mental bodies, but in our body of affairs. And as we bring our awareness back to that energy that is flowing down through, swirling and whirling around our entire energy body, I invite you to bring your awareness to the bottom of your energy field, the south pole of your auric field, to a beautiful starburst of light, the 10th chakra. Some have seen it as an emerald green and white starburst. However you feel it or see it, our connection to Mother Earth, where we anchor heaven. We allow this energy to flow and glow, anchor, root, and then fruit into more goodness than ever before. And it's from a place of deep and abiding faith, optimism, and trust that we allow it all to be good, allow it to continue to expand, simply by saying, and so it is. Amen. And so if you would like to remain in a lucid state of divine awareness or even stay in the zone, you're welcome to. Or if you want to open your eyes, I'm going to welcome you back. We're going to bring the lights up here in the sanctuary. And thank you all for being here. Now, for those of you, most of you here, you know, we're Soul Center. We're a new thought, ageless wisdom, spiritual community that believes in the golden thread back of all life that is found in the mystical magnificence of all religions if you go up to the high vantage point. And so we come together as a spiritual community. Our midweek meditation, Sundays, we have our Sunday service where we do our meditation at 10 and our music and messages at 10:30. We have our soul circles, we have our daily affirmative prayer, we have our retreats and our special events. All of that can be found at soulcenteroc.com. And for those of you streaming in a moment, if not already, you'll see if you ever want to make a contribution or a donation to our community, or for those of you here, for those of you streaming at home, you'll see all the different ways on your screen, whether it's through Zelle or Venmo or mailing a check-in. For those of you here, all of those exist for you too. They just won't be coming up on the screens tonight. However, if you're interested, we have all the information for you. There's also the donation box at the back of the room if you want to make a donation. It's completely up to you. It is tax deductible. And we are here on Wednesdays, and for those of you who are joining us on our daily affirmative prayer, that's on Facebook Live or on Zoom. And you can find out the Zoom link at soulcenteroc.com. I think that's everything that's fit to print. And welcome back. And have a blessed, beautiful rest of your evening or morning or afternoon, depending on where you are online. And the rest of your evening here for those of you in the sanctuary. And peace and blessings.
Namaste, Reverend.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Colleen.